Hey Flosstube, it's been a while. I just checked out when my last video was and it turned out to be recorded on the 2nd of July. Yeah, I took a little bit of a break from Flosstube. Didn't happen intentionally, but sometimes life just gets in the way, and before you know it, it is the 5th of December and it's almost Christmas. It's crazy. I did do quite a lot of cross-stitching in the last months since my last video. I did not get to finish so many projects, also because there were some changes in my life again. My last video, I said that I was gonna start a new job the day after I recorded it and work 40-hour weeks. I did this for 2 months and then I quit this job. And since then, it's been just working part-time jobs here and there, which means I have extra time for floss stitching, cross stitching, but also that I'm often away weird times because I work sometimes long part-time jobs for a couple days and then I'm home for 2 weeks, so it's kind of on and off. But anyway, I did do a lot. You might notice that I have a different background again. This will be the only time you see this background because I will be moving from this apartment in 2 weeks. And then I will finally move into a permanent apartment where I get to stay for an indeterminate amount of time. And this apartment I just lived for 3.5 months while I was searching for something else. But yeah, I now get to have my very own apartment with my own furniture and where I can finally build a semblance maybe of a craft room or a craft cupboard, depending on how much space I can allot myself. So yeah, I'm not gonna show you every single whip I worked on in the last 6 months because some of them have just very little progress. Just checking now really quickly to see what I finished. 4 projects since my last video. I have 2 of them here, so I will show you the 2 I finished. The very first one that I have here is called Mini Cities by Satsuma Street, and it's the version B. And the difference between the 2 versions is that the version B has every city in a row, all cities in a row, and the version A had all 3 cities separately, so you can do them as canvases or as pillows. As you can see, this is not FFO'd, but I'm very happy with how it looks. It's very colorful and it was very easy to power through. So you can probably very easily tell which cities. In the middle we have New York. On the, on the left we have London, and on the right we have Paris, my left and my right. So I did this, I just am gonna guesstimate here because I don't know, I guess this is 36 count, even weave in a dark gray. And I really like how the colors pop on this. The only thing is, the fabric is super big. I could have done 3 on this fabric, but yeah. I am not quite sure what I'm gonna do with this. My first idea was to make a pillow out of it, but I'm not quite sure. Since we've all been watching Priscilla and Chelsea, I want to maybe see if I can do something more original with it, and I can definitely use some of the leftover even weave to put some smalls on, because I think it will really pop. Anything colorful will super pop on this fabric. So this is one of my finishes. And the second one I just finished last week is this one, Enjoy the Little Things by Design Works. And also a dark fabric, and this took me quite a lot longer than I expected. It actually took a couple weeks because these big parts were kind of cumbersome. The little I stitched up in I started with the word little and I stitched this up in an hour and a half, but then came the more sucky parts with the lots of white and the lots of orange. But yeah, I have it finished. I saw that there's 3 others in the same series, also 3 quotes. I might hunt these down and stitch them at some point, but for now I'm kind of good on the dark fabrics. So this is the second one I finished. Like I said, I just finished this the end of November. And then came the big decision on what to do next. Before jumping in on what I did after, I do want to show you a project that's currently not an active WIP, and I will explain a little bit later why that is, but I did want to show you. And the reason I want to show you is because I'm super excited that I finally bit the bullet and started. And this is because it is my very, oh wait, there's a lot of reflection here. My very first Mira, and this is Mira number 1, Damask Roses. And I did not realize that this being the very first Mirabilia did not have any specialty cottons or Krennic or any of this or any beads. This is just all normal DMC. But still, she's gorgeous. I don't know if I can show you closer. Yeah, I can show you closer. Anyway, I did start this. Let me see which way up it goes, like this. And I'm doing it on, let's see, I have my computer behind my phone. Let's see if I can figure out. Guess I did not write this down. Oh yeah, 32 count Belfast linen and natural opal. So this is what I've done. As you might tell, it kind of sparkles a lot, which I really like. And I just started stitching on her skirt portion. Where is it? On this portion right here, I started. And this is my progress on my very first Mirabilia. And as I said, this is kind of going in the sleeping pile because I felt extremely overwhelmed with the amount of projects I had on the go. And because I had so much and they are all very big, I tend to gravitate towards projects that cannot be done in a week. Usually they're projects that will take months. This was getting kind of frustrating for me, and this actually led to some weeks that I would pick up my needle, stitch for half an hour, and then be done with it because I just didn't see the progress. And this is when I started to enjoy the little things, because it was a small project and I knew that I had the chance to finish this in a decent amount of time. Still took me longer than expected, but anyway, it was a finish. And this is when I decided that I would stitch more of what I gravitated to instead of forcing myself to do something. So I made a loose plan of what I'm gravitating towards at this particular point. And in December, I want to work on 5 projects. And they're not all going to get finished because the projects are going to be too big. But I'm going to start at the top and then, because I already started at the top, and then see whichever one of the other 4 calls to me after I finish this. And then we will see. I'm going to make a similar loose plan for January, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put any ones on that I did not get to finish this month or what this is going to be, but I just need to make my scope a little bit smaller and give myself permission to start new projects because I was just getting tired of what I was stitching and it was not fun anymore. So a project where I did see an end in is what I picked up first, and this was a project that I already started on. I guess it was my second or third project I ever started stitching, and it's a dictionary of bears by Bothy Threads. I'm not sure if this is still available. But yeah, I did make some progress on this year, but when I started stitching this again, I had finished these 4 blocks and was halfway through the normal stitching of that block. And like I said, I finished Enjoy the Little Things on the 29th, so less than a week ago, and then I started on this one. And in that time, I finished the stitching of the teddy bear block and the back stitching. Then I went up to the builder bear, did the stitching and the back stitching, and then I did this portion of the banner, because I knew that if I was going to wait with the banner until the very end, that I was not going to do it, because the banner is just one very long of 3 colors banner. So I just did this portion above builder bear, and now I moved on to the middle block, which is Bear in Mind. And after she is finished, because this is going to be a woman, I'm going to do the piece of the banner here on top. And it says nary of. Then I'm going to do this one and finish the banner, and then finish off with this block here. And like I said, in the last 5-6 days, I've made very good progress. And I plan on, when I come back home tonight, to maybe see if I can get the normal cross stitching of this block finished. I set like more daily goals now, not so much estimate when I have this finished, because I work pretty much every day in December. I work on a Christmas market, and I work in a cooking school. In the cooking school, I don't teach any cooking. I just clean up after the participants are done with cooking. But this period of the year is very busy, where a lot of offices and departments do their Christmas parties, and more people pick to do their Christmas parties in a cooking school instead of just an all-out booze fest, which means every day is fully booked in the cooking school. Luckily, we're like 11 or 12 girls that rotate, so I don't have to work there every day, but I work 2 to 3 days in the cooking school, and the other days I work on the Christmas market, where I bake crepes. And it sounds dull, but it's unbelievable fun, as I get to work there with friends, and the people are so happy. Everyone is spirited. And I don't know if you know this, but I live in Germany, and Germans are known for their Christmas markets, and they're top-notch. I mean, I have not been to a lot of other Christmas markets in other countries, but I know Christmas markets are not so big in Holland or the Netherlands, where I'm from. And we usually always go to a German Christmas markets. And just in the city alone, in Cologne, where I live, there's about 7. And not 7 tiny ones, no, 7 big ones. So you can do 7 days of Christmas markets and more if you count all the little Christmas markets and all the outskirts of Cologne. So anyway, this was a little bit of a side tour, but anyway, so yeah, this is my project now. I'm gonna work on this until it's finished, because I feel actually quite a lot of accomplishment being designed the way it is with the blocks. Every little motif that I finish, or little, they're not even so little, but every motif that I finish feels like a finish. So like I said, I'm not really putting a goal from when this is needs to be finished, but since I did these 3 in like 5-6 days, I think that I can finish this before Christmas, but we'll see. Then the other things I could potentially work on this month are the next 4 projects. The first one is Annie the Autumn Witch. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense that I'm dragging out the Autumn Witch. I am not one of these people that needs to do the projects for the specific season. I just do whatever I fancy. And Annie was on top of my Brooks Books pattern, so I just picked her because she looks like a lot of fun. And then at least I have something autumn to display next year, because be realistic, I am not going to finish the winter version before Christmas. So anyway, long story short, I picked Annie the Autumn Witch. I still have to order some supplies for her, so I guess I might do that today or tomorrow, so that if I finish this Dictionary of Bears in a reasonable amount of time, I can start Annie the Autumn Witch. Because since I'm going to the States over Christmas, I thought a little project might be better to take. And yeah, I probably do some shopping there, some cross-stitch shopping there, so then I don't need to bring a whole lot of projects. So Annie the Autumn Witch. Only thing I definitely will have to buy there is the 1/8 inch, I guess, metallic ribbon, where I cannot find this in so-and-so. Then project number 3 I could potentially work on this month is a design by Clouds Factory, and I already started it, so this is a whip, and it's Wacky Witches and Stitches. Again, I don't do seasonal when it's in season, but at least I would have this worked on again before next year Halloween. You can never start too early. So, oh wait, it falls. I just want to fold it sort of correctly. Yeah. So this is what I've done so far. Excuse my lines. This is in the middle of the project, and this is mostly done with the Classic Colorworks. There's 5 Classic Colorworks that are in there, and this building is mostly done with those. I know that the green is a Classic Colorworks, the purple, and the blue. And then there's an orange and I don't remember right now. Maybe there's 4. But anyway, there's some Classic Colorworks in there, my first Classic Colorworks. And I'm doing this on 32 count Jobelin in Lavender Haze. It's a really pretty light purple fabric, Lavender Haze from Crafty Kitten, and she is in the UK. But I'm sorry, I touched my computer. I'm still a long way off from finishing this. This will not even be done this year, guaranteed. But anyway, a girl can dream. Then the 4th potential project for the month is a new start again. It's going to be 3 whips and 2 new starts. And this is a seasonal project. This is more incidental than it was planned. But this is Soda Stitch Winter. I actually really like Soda Stitch. This one does not have so many backstitch. Normally they go on crazy on the backstitch, but this one's actually kind of low on backstitch. I guess the only backstitch that I really see is here between the gloves. Oh yeah, and Christmas written here. But this would be very nice. Maybe I even start this after the Dictionary of Bears. Like I said, no particular order, just what I think I might work on. And I picked for this a 14 count Ada in ice blue. Yeah, you won't be able to tell that this is ice blue, but it is a very light blue, and I thought it would resemble snow a little bit. So 14 count, so will be big. Just have to remind myself that I then do all 114 count. And I'm gonna just show it here a little bit, otherwise you can maybe see the thing, but you can also finish it in a clock, which I won't do, but it's a nice idea. They just rearrange the motifs a little bit and then you can make a clock. And then the last potential project I want to work on is a design by Heaven and Earth, and if I'm honest, I want to stitch about 500 of them, like all Josephine Walls, all Leonid Aframov, Amy Stewart, she has a lot of awesome ones. Donna Gelsinger has a lot of awesome ones I would really love to have hanging on my walls, but I don't get to be 160 and I don't get to stitch for the next 80 years every day. So unfortunately that's not going to happen, but like I said, a girl can dream. So what I will be working on, hopefully, is this design by Heaven and Earth called 12 Dancing Princesses, and it's by Kinuko Crafts. Sorry, and actually really like it. It's very dark, but I like it. And I'm not sure how many pages this is. I only printed the first one in the color scheme, the amount of colors you need, the symbol list, and then the first page of the chart, which is going to be an awful lot of black. So I need to get prepared that it's going to be a lot of black. And for this, I would like to do a page finish, because this would be my first ever page finish for a Heaven and Earth. And this is how far I am with this one. Until here is the page, and until here is the page. And most of this is black. So if I can get it filled in, then the black would be kind of cumbersome, but easy just to fill in all the black. But yeah, page finish of this one. I would actually be super happy if I could get to finish one page of this, because I am so incredibly jealous of all these people that can buckle down and just finish a whole head. It is amazing. If only I could do this. And this is so daunting because this is my fabric. And I know this is peanuts for some people, but for me this is scary as you cannot even imagine. So yeah, these are the 5 projects I have on the plan for December. Like I said, they will not get all finished. I know this, I'm very aware of this, but this is my scope for this month, and this will make sure that I don't get all crazy by the amount of things I still need to finish in my life, because this is scary. And sometimes I get depressed thinking that I don't get to finish everything, but then this afternoon I come to the realization it's okay to have them and not to do anything with them. Yes, at some point I can understand that when people say it's a waste, especially people that don't stitch, but I also feel like by purchasing a chart or a fabric, you are supporting someone, because these designers count on people purchasing their things to survive. And I would really like to help out all these people that design and make these beautiful fabrics, and this is why I continue to buy. And I definitely did not buy so crazy much in the last 6 months, except for one super big haul, which I did when so-and-so was having a crazy sale, and I just put everything in my basket that I remotely liked. But apart from that, I think I will continue to buy things here and there, Etsy purchases and other designers. which I really think are doing an awesome job. And I've seen so many things lately that I would like to cross stitch and have. But then I realized I also have 50 online or 50 digital editions of cross stitch collection and cross stitcher and cross stitch gold with hundreds of designs that I will never stitch. And I have the DVD with 15 years of the Just Cross Stitch ornament issue, which I will never all stitch. So yeah, you gotta, if you don't want to go crazy, at least for me, if I don't want to go crazy, I need to make my scope smaller. And this is what I tried with the 5 projects. And then for the end of the month, I will see, like I said, make a new plan with 5 projects where I can pick out from. And if this doesn't work, I will think of something totally different. But we will see. This is the first month trying that. And then to end with, I wanted to show you some stash. And this is just a part of my crazy cross stitch haul from the so I just mentioned. I'm going to show you 3 kits and 3 patterns, and then next time when I see you, I will show you something else. So the first, I will show you the kits. I am a super big fan of Mill Hill's kits, and especially if they're Santas. And I'm gonna make it my mission in life to at least own all the kits and hopefully stitch them all. I have done 4 at this point. 3, definitely, I guess 4. 3, doesn't matter, but at least some, and I have some others waiting for me. And then when I saw them on sale at so I jumped on it. Especially because it's some older ones. And the first one is First Made Santa from the Seafaring Santas. This is going to be hard. Yeah, this is. And this is from the Santa series from 2010. First Made Santa. And then I have Colonial Santa. And this is the Jamestown Santa. And I really love these. And these are from 2013. And then this one is called, from the series Holiday 9, and it's called Dashing Reindeer, and it's from 2001 even, and it has such a lovely little button, and this is, like I said, Dashing Reindeer. And all of these would make super cute Christmas ornaments. Because this year, me moving in 2 weeks in the middle of December and going away over Christmas for a week to the States means I don't really am going to do a whole lot of Christmas decorating, which I find a shame because Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I put up my little Christmas tree. I have a Christmas tree about this big, and there's some ornaments in, but I forgot all of my cross-stitch ornaments at home. So I have 10 cross-stitch ornaments that are not in my tree but lying in my room, and I will not get those. Maybe I will take them to the States so I can decorate a tree there. This would be kind of funny because they weigh nothing. So maybe I can take those and they won't break. But yeah, not a whole lot of Christmas decorating with cross-stitch this year. So definitely nice for maybe next year. And then the 3 patterns that I'm going to show you. And the first one is Bent Creek's Spring Row. And this one is so cute. I really love these. And I guess there's quite a lot of them. And what would be the best thing, I think, would be to buy one big piece of fabric and then stitch them all under each other and then just cut them out. And this is done on, where is this done on? What kind of fabric is this done on? Because it looks a little bit green. 32 count Woodlawn linen. And this is all done with Gentle Arts and Weeks dyes. Or DMC, you can also pick. Well, we'll see. The Spring Row from Bent Creek. And then I have the Siren of the Deep by Cross Stitching Art. This is very pretty. This reminds me of a mirror. I have not opened this yet. It's still sealed because it is just so pretty. Siren of the Deep. And the fabric is super pretty. Meadow Mist by Silk Weaver. Yes, this is a little bit better. And I guess she has beads in her hair. And then the last one is one you might have seen in some Flosstube videos, but this is Miracle Grow from Ink Circles. And this is the 5th one in the Bad Neighborhood series. And I have just ones, like, I only have one of this series, and I only have one of the Ben Creek, because these were the only ones that were on sale. So I will try to collect more of them. So this was basically it. It was a little bit longer than I intended because I had to catch up with you a little bit. I am going to continue working on my Dictionary of Bears and then any of the 4 projects this month, and I'm not sure if I'm going to come back to you next week or in 2 weeks or in a month, but I will hopefully come back to you. So when you see this and you joined me again, welcome back, and yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!